What is up, crypto community? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me. I want to talk about this massive market dump yesterday when Bitcoin went from almost all-time highs all the way down to 59K, almost a 13% dump within a few hours, and then some other bullish and bearish things. First off, guys, Bitcoin just hit a record in open interest. Expect imminent volatility. Open interest is essentially the total amount of money placed on derivatives contracts. So these are leverage positions against Bitcoin or in favor of Bitcoin. It doesn't mean that Bitcoin is going to dump or anything, but like right here on open interest in Bitcoin hit 31 billion 2 days ago, surpassing the record just last month or 2 years ago, April 14th. The record for open interest on Bitcoin was 24 billion. It smashed that. It's 31 billion as of 2 days ago. And that could be just because Bitcoin is so close to all-time highs. Everyone is expecting all-time highs. Maybe you see something different. And then it goes on to talk about Ethereum. A quick note about Ethereum and these ETF proposals. They've been delayed once again. And this just smells like the same narrative with the Bitcoin ETF proposals. They were delayed. But one thing to look at with these Ethereum ETFs, and I believe XRP ETFs could be following after these Ethereum ETFs, the deadline for a lot of these is this coming summer and early fall. So you'll see Grayscale ETF, ARK, Van Eck. They are all late May 2024. And then you have Fidelity, iShares, Invesco in the summer of 2024. So looking at what Bitcoin ETFs did to the market, made it absolutely go crazy. Imagine what Ethereum ETFs could do in the future, and then XRP ETFs. A small thing from the lawsuit. This is from head counsel at Ripple. It says yesterday the SEC told a judge that she should consider a decision from another court without disclosing that decision was a default judgment, meaning that for that decision, no one showed up to defend itself, and thus the relevant legal issue was never actually litigated. Pardon me, excuse me. But just think about that. The SEC is telling a judge to consider a previous decision, and the decision they cite never even had any litigation around it. What a joke. And if you follow anyone, guys, don't follow me. Don't follow your favorite crypto tuber. Follow Nancy Pelosi. She took NVIDIA call options back in December of 2023. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know NVIDIA's been going absolutely crazy. And she made $2 million in just 100 days on her NVIDIA position, buying around $500. NVIDIA is now at $850. She made 11 years worth of her salary in one trade, 75% return for those copying her. I think there's an app now called the Pelosi Tracker. It's not a sponsorship, but it's just despicable when you have people in public office. They're supposed to be serving the people, the public, and it's very clear just from this statement right here, that's not who they're serving. They're serving their own pocketbooks. But it's not just Nancy Pelosi who's making money, guys. These meme coins have been going crazy. I'm not here to shill any meme coins, but this is just an example. Regular people are making big money right now as well. $200 turned into $200,000. This guy 1,000 times his money on a meme coin called Bowden. I highly recommend you don't touch that. It already did a 1,000x. But if you guys do have a lot of capital and you do like to gamble, maybe throw $25 into a meme coin here, $25 into a meme coin there. And to be fully transparent, think of it like a roulette wheel. Think of it like a slot machine. Only throw out a meme coin which you're willing to lose. But the amount of headlines I've seen not related to Bowden, just meme coins in general. That's actually my nephew's name. Maybe I should buy some Bowden now. Or maybe I'll buy some and gift it to him. There's crazy market in these meme coins right now, but it's really a full-time job. It reminds me of NFTs back in 2021. There's crazy money to be made in these, but you're most likely going to lose money before you make money. And like I was just saying with a slot machine or a roulette wheel, think of this as gambling because that is literally what it is. But when you 1,000x your profit, this guy could have picked 100 different meme coins, put $200 into all of them, and he still made 180,000 profit. Right, one win offsets all your losses. But yeah, just an example. People are making money in this market. And speaking of ETFs, guys, first off, this might be a little bit of a warning. Yesterday we saw Bitcoin get so close to all-time highs. Maybe it did hit all-time highs on some exchanges. And what happened? It dumped immediately. What happened after that dump? We're basically back edging at all-time highs again. And that's because of this right here, guys. Boom. Congratulations on panic selling into BlackRock yesterday. the BlackRock ETF, absorbed the entire drop. If this doesn't scream market manipulation, I don't know what does. BlackRock's been buying 4,000 Bitcoin a day on average. The over-the-counter desks are empty with Bitcoin. They have none left. And when the OTC desks are done selling Bitcoin, where do you get your Bitcoin from? The spot market. So what do? They scare the market. They dump it 12, 13, 14% over the course of 8 to 10 hours. And then what do? They made the biggest purchase they've made on Bitcoin since the ETFs. 12,000 Bitcoins, hundreds of millions of dollars. You can see right here on the chart. Day 33, they bought 10,000 Bitcoin. So they buy thousands of Bitcoin every single day. But do you not find that ironic? The biggest Bitcoin purchase BlackRock has made, the world's biggest hedge fund, $10 trillion, was on the day when the market was just wetting the bed? No, I see that as market making. They manipulate the price. They get a better buy deal. They scare the retail traders. Look at this red candle. In a 3-hour period, you went from 67,000 to 59,000. Okay? That's like Great Depression era dumps. And then what happens? BlackRock makes the biggest buy they've made on Bitcoin in history. And you can see right here, it wasn't just Bitcoin from BlackRock. Every ETF was surging. Since these ETFs came out, we saw the biggest inflow of capital in ETFs, record-breaking, since it started a little bit over a month ago. So if that doesn't scream manipulation, I really don't know what does. And now Bank of America is warning in its latest piece that the U.S. dollar and economy face a blowout year in 2024. The growing national debt is the main reason why the U.S. economy could be poised to head south. The U.S. national debt is rising by $1 trillion every 100 days. This is the chief strategist of Bank of America. He warned that the collapse of the U.S. dollar is imminent. If debt grows out of control this year, this does not end well. Genevieve Rockdechter, former asset manager at Grit Capital. Also, the BRICS nation is waiting for a possible U.S. dollar decline and could advance with a new currency in the global market. So I want to play this clip from, I believe she's a Russian YouTuber, talking about this BlackRock ETF and the future of a BRICS nation currency.
For joining me. Today, the BRICS bloc announced that it will work on creating a payment system that is based on blockchain and digital technologies. This new system will settle trades and transactions, and it will effectively become an alternative option to the United States dollar. The move is going to be absolutely crucial in helping the bloc trade in local currencies, and it will help them reduce their reliance on the dollar, of course. This is yet another step towards de-dollarizing. The blockchain system is going to be part of the BRICS financial system that will allow the member countries to completely avoid using any of the Western transfer systems, such as the SWIFT, for example. The BRICS announced that the system will be available to countries, to businesses, and even to people. The announcement underscored that they do want the system to be completely free of politics, of course referring to Western economic sanctions here. You may recall that I shared an overview of all 2024 BRICS bloc plans in a recent video. One of the main goals this year is to facilitate BRICS countries' monetary transitions, and this is precisely what we're seeing here. Yuri Ushakov, who is a Russian diplomat, presidential aide, and one of the BRICS representatives, said that they are working to develop what's referred to as the contingent reserve arrangement. So they're working on a reserve that will, in theory, back the currency. So their currency is likely not going to be fiat. This agreement between all BRICS countries will lay out the system regarding the use of local currencies. So we're definitely starting to see the bloc go beyond just planning. They're actually starting to execute their plans. And you may also recall that Russia is the chair of the BRICS bloc this year, so the news will likely be announced by the Russian side. And there is no timeline that we know of anyway at this point in time of when the new BRICS blockchain system will be launched. But if you recall, the BRICS summit is scheduled for October of this year, and it will take place in Kazan. So it might be safe to assume that by that point in time, this new system will be either ready to be launched, or we will find out more about the timeline then. Besides the blockchain and digital system, the BRICS bloc partnered with the Bank of Russia to create the BRICS Bridge multi-sided payment platform that will become part of the global monetary system. So this is yet another step to impact how the financial system worldwide functions. In a post on X, Yuri Ushakov addressed the claims, mostly made by Western mainstream media, that the BRICS bloc, quote-unquote, attacks the United States dollar by creating an alternative system that will free them of Western sanctions. Of course, the new system is a threat to the West because its economic sanctions will be absolutely useless when this new system is fully live. Here's Yuri Ushakov's post. He said Russia has never set BRICS in opposition to other international platforms. BRICS does not compete with anyone, he says, nor does it challenge anyone. It is not an anti-West association. Of course, anything that is not pro-West is immediately seen as anti-West, using that very simple logic. But these new systems that the bloc is developing are supporting them, and they're developing economies. And the West is free to do away with sanctions in order to make the dollar appealing again. So there's that option on the table too. But of course, nobody wants to use that, right? Another statement by Ushakov that I know many of you would appreciate is this one. He says the recipe for BRICS attractiveness and success is based on the absence of a confrontational or hidden agenda. It brings together like-minded countries, he says. The BRICS states express the interests of the global majority. One of such interests is de-dollarization that is clearly on top of their priority list. Moving away from the dollar and the move's consequences were discussed during the interview that Tucker Carlson had with Russia's President Vladimir Putin. Here